Well, good afternoon and a very warm welcome indeed on this Wednesday afternoon. This is Peter with you with a lucky 15 for Thursday's action. Let's just get this right. This is a bet for tomorrow's action. Reporting right now on Wednesday afternoon, but this is for Thursday's action, which is of course the 13th of January. I've got 3 bets for you at Chelmsford and 1 bet at Catterick Bridge. 4 bets all in all. The 4 C's. Well, 3 at Chelmsford and 1 at Catterick. And I'll give you all those 4 bets in just one moment or two. They're all around about 5 or 6 to 1-2 money. So if any one of them was to win and you get triple the odds with any of the bookmakers paying those concessions, then you'll end up with no harm done whatsoever. And you get 2 up, you're going to end up with at least 33 to 1-2 money. 3 up, 200 to 1 treble, and 4 up, you get the whole job lot, 1,000 to 1-2 money. No problems whatsoever there. But even if all 4 are placed, you'll come up with the right few quid for your money. So I'll be very disappointed if that's not the case. I think all 4 have outstanding claims, and as I say, I think they've all got very good chances of doing the business. So with no more ado, let me give you these 4 bets now. Don't forget, if you wouldn't mind, stick us the thumbs up there for the positive response for you. And there was no bets on this channel today for today's racing. No bets for today's racing, but as I say, this is for Thursday's racing, which is of course the 13th of January. So we're going to start with the afternoon session because Chelmsford is running in the twilight zone. They're running in sort of 4:30 kick-off till the night time. So I'll start with the afternoon bet first, which is just the 1 bet I've got, and it's in an 11-horse race at Catterick Bridge. And the horse I'm keen on each way here is number 2. It's called Jessie Mac, all one word, Jessie Mac. Trained by Ian Duncan, ridden by young Thomas Wilmot, who claims £5. He has rode this horse the last twice it's ran, and so gets on well with it, no problems at all there. Ian Duncan, well, he's not in the best of form. He's had no winners this year from 31 shots at the Cherry, but previously he's had 4 from 47 and 4 from 44, so he knows what it takes to win a race. He's won 20 races, Ian Duncan, as a trainer, but he hasn't got many horses in his yard and he doesn't have much to work with. But I do think that this mare has a very, very good chance of a mark of 98. She's number 2. She's called Jessie Mac. She ran really well last time up at Wetherby, and I thought that was a pretty good performance, to be honest. She'd been 5th of 10 to a horse called Been in Trouble. I was a good run at Wetherby that day, and I think in the 0 to 105 rated race, Jessie Mac's got a very solid each way chance, and I'll be disappointed if it doesn't go very close, that's for sure. That race last time out at Wetherby, by the way, where the Jessie Mac finished 5th of 10, ridden by young Thomas Wilmot, with a 0 to 115 race. So it's a much better category than today's, or tomorrow's I should say, Thursday's race. And also the time before that, it ran a really good race, Jessie Mac, when she finished 6th of 11 in a 0 to 120 race. That was at Ayr. 6 of 11 was the best it could have hoped for, and she ran really well. She went off about 9 to 1 that day, so she wasn't too unfancied either. Thomas Wilmot rode her again, and I think the mare has got a great chance, I really do, and I'll be very disappointed if it's not in the 3, and somewhat, well, very surprised, to be honest with you, as well. So I think she's a real cracking banker bet. She's number 2. She's called Jessie Mac, and she runs in the 110 at Catterick, and she's your first bet of the day in a special lucky 15 for Thursday. And as I say, you've got 24 hours to get on them. I would back all these individually as well. I'll be disappointed, let's say, if you don't get a big win or 2 from these, and even in the singles it's going to pay you dividends, but in the doubles certainly 33 to 1 plus 2 money, and I think they're all got great chances of placing worse way. Okay, so where should we go? Let's go to the 4:30 at Chelmsford for the first of the 3 at that Essex-based track. And the horse I like here is number 4. It's called Team Lucky, trained by very astute Ian Williams and ridden by a resurgent young jockey called Reese Clutterbuck. Now, Team Lucky is another mare, just as Jessie Man is, and I think Team Lucky's got a very good chance in a very, very open affair, a 0 to 50 classified stakes race. But there's reasons, and plenty of reasons, for thinking that this mare Team Lucky has a good chance. She ran really well last time, when 4th of 9. That was at Wolverhampton. And I think a reproduction of that form could possibly be good enough to do the trick. So I'm going with Team Lucky in a pretty open affair, it has to be said. But I do think she's got a very good chance. She has been running in a little bit better grade than this. And I think this 0 to 50 classified could really help Team Lucky and maybe get off the mark. And should be around 5, 6 to 1, maybe bigger. So I'm going for that one there. That's number 4, Team Lucky, to run a big race there for Ian Williams, bang in form, and Reece Clutterbuck equally so. Very much bang in form and riding winners for fun, I can tell you that. He rode a horse I tipped the other day called Devises. Rode it really well as well, back from 13 to 8 into 5 to 6. And then also he rode Broughton's Compass and Capricorn Prince. 3 of his last 7 runners, I think, have all won. So he's in great form, the young jockey, and it wouldn't surprise me if he had another winner here for the very astute, as I say, Ian Williams. It's number 4. It's called Team Lucky, and that's the one to be on there in the 4:30 at Chelmsford. Each way, of course, in the part of your Lucky 15, second bet of the day. As I say, if you wouldn't mind doing the favour, sticking the thumbs up for me, that would be a big help on the channel to keep the algorithms and to keep the analytics going the right way for me, which is up and straight up. And just do us a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. It really does help YouTube, and it helps the reference to recommended for you channels, etc. Okay. So the third bet of these 4 horses, taking it nice and steady, runs in the, let's go to the 6 o'clock, shall we? I've got one in the 6 o'clock and also got one in the 6:30, but let's keep it in race timed order and go to the 6 o'clock, which is a 5-horse affair. And so obviously the bookmakers only pay first 2. But having said that, I think I'll be disappointed if this horse isn't in the first 2, and trained by the very astute Ruth Carr. Number 1, it's called Ahmad, ridden by Jason Hart, who has rode this horse a couple of times previously in its last 4 runs. He rode it at Chelmsford actually when it finished 6th of 7, and also at Newcastle 4th of 6. The horse hasn't had the best of luck in its races and its runs of late, but I do feel that the horse is coming to hand, and off a mark of 82 down to a 0 to 80 race. Ruth Carr's got it in the right grade now. It's took a bit of time to get down to this grade. The last time this horse ran and won was the 2nd of August 2021, this year, just gone. Ran in a 0 to 85 off a mark of 82 and won. And so it's off a mark of 82, and as I say, it's come down a grade as well. So Ruth's done a good job of getting it back down in the handicap, and I think it's going to go very close indeed. In a race which there'll be no pace on, and I think with this one going from the front, it likes to bowl along in front. It could have matters its own way, and wouldn't surprise me if it could lead all the way. It's number 1, it's called Ahmad. As I say, it's a slowly run affair, and I think that Ahmad could really help by leading all the way, basically. I think the race could be run to suit Jason Hart on board, and Ahmad in the 6 o'clock at Chelmsford gets my vote there. Incidentally, Jason Hart did ride Ahmad when it won at Newcastle, when I just talked about in August. He did ride it that day off a mark of 82, so exactly the same circumstances. However, it's a weaker grade, 0 to 80. Only 5 runners line up as well for this race. I say so the race really could be absolutely perfectly set up. As it was that day when it won back in August. There was only 6 runners, so the small field won't hurt it one little bit. And I think the gelding's got a good chance. Number 1, Ahmad in the 6 o'clock at Chelmsford. Okay, so that's 3 bets all lined up. Remember, these are bets for Thursday, and they're going to be running tomorrow if you're calling Wednesday, because I've got no bets on the line for today. But I am keen on this for very much indeed. They're all around 5 or 6 to 1 to your money, 7 to 1. So they're all there or thereabouts in the market. But I'll be disappointed if we don't get a real big payday from these 4 horses. And my signature bet can certainly do the business for you. Don't you worry about that. Okay, so I'll give you one more bet, and don't forget to give me that thumbs up. And I'll keep asking you, but it's all I ask of you. If you would do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. The 6:30 at Compton Park is my final bet, and again, it's another 5-horse affair. And there's a horse here that sorry, I'm talking Compton Park. 6:30 at Chelmsford. I was actually looking at today's races, where I've actually just got a bit of a late word for one coming in. But the 6:30 at Chelmsford on Thursday is where I'm very, very sweet on a horse indeed. that I think is something to bet on. They only play the first two in this race, but I think it will be in the two, and I'll be disappointed if it doesn't win. The horse is number 5. It's called Dubai Emperor. It's trained by David Simcock and ridden by Stevie Donahue. Again, I think this race is going to be run to suit it with a weak pace. And I think that number 5, Dubai Emperor, is something to bet on, I really do. 5th of 12 last time up, never moved a muscle on it, Callum Shepherd, off a mark of 53. Runs off the same mark of 53 in this race on Thursday, Dubai Emperor, and I'll be disappointed if it's not good enough to figure predominantly at the business end of things. It was a 0 to 60 last time out, it's in a 0 to 55, so once again it's down a grade off the same mark. Unlucky last time out, got into all sorts of trouble in running Callum Shepherd, and never moved a muscle on it, to be honest with you, and looks a winner without a penalty to me, because I think it could have won that day, and there we go. So, number 5, Dubai Emperor, is the final bet of these free 4 bets, which make up a Yankee or a Lucky 15. That's in the 6:30 at Chelmsford. Let's get that right. I'll just run them through again for you. It's Jessie Man each way in the 110 at Catterick. You've got in Team Lucky in the 4:30 at Chelmsford. You've got Athman in the 6 o'clock at Chelmsford. And to finish off, Dubai Emperor in the 6:30 also at Chelmsford. There are 4 bets, all each way. Singles, double, trebles, each way, Lucky 15. Whichever way you want to play it. I'm going to wish you the very best of luck as always. Hope you're keeping well, and God bless you, and I'll be back with you very soon. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel to get the alerts, of course, when I come on, and I'll speak to you soon. Good luck.